It's time for Wisconsin race fans to gather round. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. Thanks for joining us for our 41st consecutive season. We are your destination for news and interviews from NASCAR, the Upper Midwest, and within the Wisconsin racing scene. The Racing Roundup Show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, how are we? Glad to see you here on a Tuesday evening at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. It's our Tuesday, September 2nd edition. We go through September, so if you haven't had a chance to join us yet, time's running out. We got to tell you, go to our schedule page. We are here at Polly's just 2 more times through the month of September. So by all means, go to racingroundupshow.com and click on our schedule page to find out, yes, we're here at Polly's tonight. Next week, we're at Utica Bar. The week after that, we're back here at Polly's on September 16th. So you get the idea. Lots going on in our 41st season of the show. We cover weekly motorsports from across Wisconsin, the Upper Midwest, and the national racing scene. It's our 41st season. We're glad to have you part of it as America's longest-running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. On tonight's show, A&A Tire sponsor John D. Piazza with next-generation drag racer Elena Liss. She just spent this past weekend in her first ever event in a full-size dragster. We'll talk to Elena about that. Wilmot Raceway Street Stock racer Nick Mechanic brought his car and friends and family with him, so it's cool to see that they're here tonight. Come on out and look at that beautiful number 81 Street Stock he races at Wilmot Raceway. Badger Midget Auto Racing Association President Quib McCabe is on the way. Looking forward to Quib to join us as well. Should be fun there. We also have a chance to talk about a big race. It's coming up September 13th and 14th, Saturday, Sunday, Badger Kart Club at Millwright Raceway. It's called Thor's Throwdown. We got the Palmazanos and Bobby Krug helping us out, talking about the details. It's a big money race, $6,000 in cash and prizes on the line for racers racing with Badger Kart Club at the Thor's Throwdown. We talked about it last year, but it's time to bring it up again because it's about that time of year. Points battles are coming down to it, and a lot of great racing at Badger Kart Club's home track, Millwright Raceway in Dousman. We also have Corey Carlson. He's here to showcase his brick and fast race cars. These cars are not just models. They are something you can put together brick by brick. We'll talk to Corey about that. With their brick and fast designs, he and his brother Chris have raced for a long time, and now they're doing some really cool things. Yes, this is a Donnie Schatz brick and fast car. We'll talk to those guys about that, and that's Brand Shepard's number 1. So that's a model kit. We'll show you more about it. We'll tell you more about it. I'm excited to have Corey Carlson join us here on the program. We also welcome Johnson & Sons Paving as the sponsor of Bill Howland's In the Groove this week. So looking forward to seeing how Bill did it up right way at Dells Raceway Park. He also spent some time at Golden Sands. There's a lot going on in the world of short track racing, especially this time of year. Labor Day weekend was a big one. Lots to cover on the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report, as well as the NASCAR Report, thanks to our friends at Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin. I'd like to remind you that this Sunday is an afternoon show at Slinger Super Speedway. We have tickets to give away to that show, but if you want to go in style, there's a VIP bus that Polly's Pub and Eatery has said, we got to put a bus together. This is a Polly's Pub and Eatery bus, VIP experience, VIP tickets in a VIP pavilion this Sunday. The racing starts at 2 p.m. If you want to be part of it, there's only 40 seats on the bus. There's a few left, so if you want to come on down to Polly's and sign up, it's a bus trip from Polly's back to Polly's this Sunday. It's an afternoon race at Slinger Super Speedway, Sunday, September 7th. So by all means, come on down and party with Polly on the bus to and from Slinger's afternoon show, their season finale. More details on that as the show goes on. We want to encourage you to come down and join us. We've got a lot to cover here on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show. Join the racing crowd to win prizes, including LD's barbecue gift cards, tickets to the Big Fall Classic, and this Saturday night's big season finale when it comes to point standings for Wilmot Raceway's racing. Thanks to Chris Klemko for dropping those off. We also tell you that we have a lot more to cover, a lot more great prizes to win, thanks to Charlie and Diecast Jim and others here at the program. So come on down, have some fun with us, win some prizes after the show, and bench race with a bunch of cool racers, and look at some neat race cars out in the parking lot. That's what we do. It's our show. We'll be right back with the start of our 41st season, episode 22 or something like that. It's crazy. Right here at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. Come on back with us.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Angler's Bar and Grill and Campground is your destination for relaxation and fun. There's a full-service bar and restaurant with 54 campsites with full hookups, all less than a mile from the beautiful Wolf River. It's where the locals go in Fremont, Wisconsin. It's also home to the Midwest Mower Racing Club. All roads lead to Angler's Bar and Grill and Campground in Fremont, Wisconsin. Visit their Facebook page for live entertainment and lawnmower racing schedules. Angler's Bar and Grill and Campground.
This Saturday at Dell's Raceway Park, it's O'Reilly Auto Parts Championship Night. See 5 exciting divisions of racing action featuring a 50-lap late model event. Van gates open at 3, qualifying 4:30, green flag racing at 6. Get your advance tickets online now at DellsRacewayPark.com. Dell's Raceway Park, located 2 miles west of I-90-94 and exit 85 just off Highway 12. Dell's Raceway Park, Wisconsin's best racing entertainment.
Jiffy Lube has locations across Wisconsin to serve you. Visit JiffyLube.com to locate your store and to find the latest coupons and promotional offers. You're greeted by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Grab a water or coffee and know you and your vehicle are in good hands. Windshield wipers, new tires, and alignments are a few of the many services offered. Jiffy Lube proudly features Pennzoil. There's a whole lot more than no appointment drive-up oil changes at Jiffy Lube. Welcome to personalized car care. Wisconsin race fans, find your store at JiffyLube.com.
The Racing House. From Slinger Speedway to the Nürburgring in Germany, we have professional, state-of-the-art racing simulators that allow you to authentically experience any racetrack in the world in your race car of choice. Our mission here is simple: to bridge the gap between motorsport and accessibility. Book your session online. Visit www.theracinghouse.com. We are open to everybody, whether it's you, friends, family, or colleagues. Come in and race against each other. Welcome to the home of sim racing in Wisconsin, The Racing House.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our show. Glad to have you with us. Love to have you join our party and have our fun. And more importantly, support our Racing Roundup Show. You can do that by clicking on the logos on our website and supporting the sponsors that support our show. I want to thank our sponsor we just heard from, ATD, Anglers Bar and Grill and Campground. Dell's has a big race at O'Reilly's Auto Parts season finale. Jiffy Lube, great support of ours. 14 locations across the state. Road America's big Art on Wheels weekends coming up, and also the Racing House in West Bend. They've got a lot going on. Glad to have them as part of our program and supporting our 41st season of the show. Hey, if you're looking to sell or buy a home or commercial property, choose the Rapina Group, Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Choose Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and sell your house with the Rapina Group, or buy your new house with the Rapina Group. Visit their website, rapinagroup.com. There are 2 big spectator event weekends remaining at Road America in their 70th season in 2025. The Aaron's Art on Wheels Vintage Weekend. It's awesome. We've been there. We've done our Saturday road show up there. Not this time around, but September 12, 13, 14. Lots going on at Road America. Aaron's Art on Wheels Vintage Weekend. Also, October 3rd, 4th, and 5th is the 61st running of the SCCA National Championship Runoffs. That's the nation's best road racers on the amateur side of things coming together in the racing car size. We've got a lot more to talk about when it comes to Badger Kart Club and the attraction of the Thor's Throwdown here in a moment. You want to visit the website for Road America, it's easy, roadamerica.com. The Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR Report is next on our program. I want to thank them for their sponsorship of this NASCAR Report. Interstate batteries are outrageously dependable and the #1 replacement battery in North America. Interstate is a founding sponsor of Joe Gibbs Racing. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a battery and a dealer near you. 2 of the 3 NASCAR National Series began their playoff season over the weekend at Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Neenah, Wisconsin resident and defending NASCAR Truck Series champion Ty Majeski had a right front tire go down early in the race while racing in 6th. His ThorSport team, led by Clinton, Wisconsin native Joe Shear Jr., rallied back to finish 4th. Great. Bad news, Corey Heim won again. His 8th win of the season, first in the playoffs, so he's locked in. And unfortunately, they'll have to wait a little while for their next chance to repeat as champions for racing into the playoffs by winning in each round of the playoffs. But, yeah, good job by Ty Majeski and the bunch to rally back to 4th after having that issue. Chase Briscoe won the Southern 500 Cup Series race for the 2nd straight year. Last year, Stuart Haas Racing. This year, Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota number 19 Camry. Toyota's actually swept the top 4 spots on Sunday night. At Tyler Reddick, 2nd. Legacy Motor Club teammates Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek, 3rd and 4th. To celebrate his 24th birthday in style, Stratford, Wisconsin's Derek Krause ran his 2nd Cup race of the season at Darlington and was scored 36th. The Xfinity Series raced at Portland, Oregon's road course on Saturday. Road course, Xfinity, Connor Zilic, boom, won again. Heel and collarbone and all, dominated the race he did. It was a scare with a 4-wide run at a restart into turn 1. Didn't last long. He sweated it out and raced off to victory. Minnesotan William Sawalich raced to a career-best 2nd after winning the ARCA Menard Series West race at Portland earlier in the weekend. It was a crazy restart that proved to be the only scare for Zilic. He had a 15-second lead at some point. Franklin, Wisconsin, Sam Mayer, and Riverton, Illinois' driver Justin Allgaier both raced well but ended their races in 16th and 15th. Lots going on at the very closing moments of the race. Ryan, there's Parker Rutzloff was out early with electrical issues. St. Louis is next up for the Cup and Xfinity Series this weekend. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. Glad to have you with us here. And it's now time to talk about a big event at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Joining us in person, Joel Palmisano, his son Louis Palmisano, and Bobby Krug on the connection. Guys, thanks for coming on. Welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Thank you very much.
It's about time to talk about the season. It's coming down to points championships. Just a couple more points races left at Badger.
Yeah, there are 4 more points races left, not including the Thors, which is a special event altogether.
Thor's Throwdown is a big event coming up September 13th and 14th, Saturday and Sunday. It's for racers driving the Briggs & Stratton 206 engines. How many different classes will be racing?
There are 6 classes. It's the 206 cadets, sportsmen, juniors, the senior medium, senior heavy, and also the Margay Ignite senior class.
And there's a lot of attention being drawn to this. This is not the first year doing it, so now people are like, wait a minute, I need to be in on that. There's some serious money, cash, and prizes on the line too.
Yeah, we've got well over $6,000 in cash and prizes right now, building up a little more. We've got a few very good sponsors that chipped in and helped out on it. Mills Pallet, Millwright, also helping us. They're the title sponsor for Badger Kart Club. And we also have like Streeter Superstands, Franklin Kart, a lot of other sponsors that are involved in it. It's an interesting event, very interesting.
So you're part of the organizational side of things. Lewis gets to go race for trophies. How exciting are you knowing that the Thor's Throwdown, September 13 and 14, is back on your racing calendar?
I'm excited, honestly. It is so fun to race, for money. Honestly, I rarely do this. For every single year we do this. It's really fun. Racing 2 classes, racing Ignite Senior, the spec class, and 206 Senior Medium. Okay,
when it comes to the Margay Ignite Series, it's not just racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman. You do this all over the upper Midwest, right?
Yep, I do.
So, Lewis, what's that schedule like for you this year?
This year we ran a track called, we just got back from Springfield, Illinois, Mid-State Car Club. We picked up the win, and we picked up 2nd. That was fun. That was a fun race, really close race. I came from 6th to 1st on the last lap. That was amazing. Yeah. Started third in the second race. And fought second, which was great as well.
And when it comes to racing, you're talking about racing at a very high level. This is some of the highest racing we'll get in the Upper Midwest. When it comes to the Margay Ignite Series, are you racing for points on September 13th or 14th at your home track in Dousman?
Yeah. Oh,
No.
no, I'm not.
It's just a class.
It's just a class.
Okay.
It's just a class.
All right. But it's money on the line. It's
money.
prestige on the line.
Yes.
So when it comes to the Briggs & Stratton engine, the 206 engine, Palmy, are we talking about a lot of guys from around the Upper Midwest? Are we talking about mostly from Wisconsin? What do you think the attraction will be for racing in this big event?
Well, we just had a Route 66 regional event a few weeks ago at Badger, and myself, Corey Carlson, we talked to a lot of drivers that shown a lot of interest in coming back for the Thors. I was just at Rock Island Grand Prix with Lewis this past weekend and talked to a lot of people there. Actually, we have, I believe, 2 or 3 guys. One of the winners, Joseph Rapp from Iowa, he will be at Thor's Throwdown. He just won his first Rock Island Grand Prix this past weekend, so he is coming, and he's pumped up about it. So we a lot of talk about it from the Midwest area.
Ready to talk further about with Bobby Karuk. Bobby, what's your role in this big weekend? I know we've had you on the show before talking about some endurance racing. How excited are you for September 13, 14 in Dousman, Wisconsin?
Oh, I'm excited. It's been very fortunate for me that I feel like I've been at Badger Kart Club more than any other track this year. We were up there for the Route 66 event that Joe was talking about. We were up there for Cup Karts. We were up there for the 8-hour Enduro again. It's a 3rd or 4th year in a row I've been up there for the Enduro, and then this will be my first time for Thor's. I will be running my own team. I've been doing that for about 3 years now within the Margay Ignite program, and then I also have another part of my team that utilizes VLR karts for more of the Open 206 competition. So I think this will be the biggest amount of drivers that I'm bringing to a Badger event. As with any kart racing deal, it seems like everybody wants to wait till the last minute for no reason. And I think my current kart count right now is 5 karts on my trailer coming up from St. Louis to Badger Kart Club. So anytime I get a chance to go up to Badger, whether I'm behind the wheel or not, it's always a good time. Family-friendly atmosphere, and the competition's going to be great. Money on the line, some cool trophies, great prizes. It doesn't get any better than that.
And Bobby, when it comes to racing in Dousman, we're spoiled because we think it's really cool. How big is it for you now with that phone call you're getting every now and then saying, can I be a part of your team? How do I get more information from drivers from across the Upper Midwest or even the southern half of the Midwest as you're coming from St. Louis, for goodness sake? What's that buzz been like, and why is Badger Kart Club's Millwright Raceway so attractive to a lot of racers?
Well, I've had a really good relationship with the Palmasanos, and when I first went there, you just feel the history of the track. It's a very demanding track. It rewards a really good driver. You could be a little off on your setup, and if you can drive well, you can shine there. So I've been fortunate enough before I had the team just to bring friends up to experience the track and the facility. And then as we have a good time, come back to St. Louis, it seems like it exponentially grows of people that are interested to go race there. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to race at a lot of different tracks, both on karting and in cars, and I think Badger holds a spot in my heart in the top 3 for sure. And I think that is a big point as to why it's just gained in such popularity. Plus, who doesn't want to race for money on the line and prizes? And it seems to be the most competitive guys are going to come run at this event.
Yeah, that heart certainly is there. The passion's there. Corey Carlson, Joe Palmisano across the country spreading the word in person, going to these bigger events. And I'm wondering what time do things get happening at the track for fans to attend and catch all the action, Joe?
Well, on Saturday is just basically a structured practice day, and it's from 11 till 6 o'clock. And it'll get the drivers, guys and gals, some time on the track to get some laps, especially if they haven't raced there previously. That's what Saturday will be. Sunday is the race day, and it'll start right out, at a little after 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to go into a driver's meeting and then run our first practice session and into racing. It's kind of a unique event, Jim. We will run our qualifying and run a 10-lap heat race, but the top 6 finishers out of each heat race will run a dash race. And the they'll roll a die on the track, and that's how we're going to line up the dash, a 4-lap dash. And that'll line up the finishing of the dash race will line the first 3 rows up for the feature event. So it's an interesting event, not where you qualify good. You might not have a good qualifying, but if you can race up, you can have a good race that day, you know.
What will the final events in each class? Will they be limited to cart count, or is everybody in the show?
I think we have to discuss this. I talked to Lewis about it. I think we might cap it at 40 for the feature, for the senior medium. That's probably going to be their biggest group.
Yep.
And we'll probably run a last chance qualifier for those guys. But I think we'll probably cap the field for 40 carts for the senior medium. And I think we'll get good fields all the way across for all the other classes as well. You know.
And Lewis, when it comes to racing, they know this is your home track. You now are racing all over the Midwest, so it's like, hey, we're going to go to Lewis's pit to see what's the hot setup. What's the gear? What can we do here? Why is this turn so challenging? Are you getting pulled in different directions already on social media or texting or phone calls?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me a lot of questions. I think I have a target on my back, honestly, because we're
all right.
I'm the reigning champion in Ignite Senior. We'll see, but a lot of people are asking me questions of what corner. I do a lot of coaching at the racetrack, honestly. I just have fun, honestly, just there. And Forrest is going to be interesting with Ignite Senior coming there. I've been running Ignite Senior it's my second season in senior, and I've been running Ignite for 6 years now.
7 years.
7 years.
Wow. So in terms of that, we say Margay Ignite as if everybody knows what that is. Margay is a chassis manufacturer, been involved in karting since the 60s, I'm thinking. But you're part of the program. You're on their deal. So how much is that development part of what you have to structure, or perhaps even have chassis teammates come to you and say, hey, I'm on a Margay too. What can you do to help me? How does that all balance out when you're trying to race and win yourself?
Well, I've been running for my senior medium. I now run a Coyote chassis. So I usually, when somebody's in the Margay, I usually still help them out.
Sure.
If they're on Ignite
Yep.
or a Brava or whatever, I usually still help them out.
Okay.
Even if they're sometimes on a different chassis, I know I'll still help them out. Like Grayson Stevens, I help him. He's in a Burrell. I coach him I've been mentoring him since he started racing, and he's in a Burrell kart.
Gotcha.
So I still help out people and also I help Bobby's people out sometimes if they have questions.
Bobby, I think that's good. That's nice to hear, isn't it? When you roll in Friday night or Saturday morning, it's like, okay, let's go find Lewis. Let's get this right. What's going on?
Lewis has been a great asset to have. I mean, he's helped out our guys even at these Route 66 Cup Kart events this year, just track walks, and every little bit matters when you're running with, some of the best 206 drivers in the U.S. So having them, both Joe and Lewis in the corner, it's pretty big.
So, Joe, to recap, it's Thor's Throwdown, sponsored by some really cool people.
Yep.
$6,000 so far in cash and prizes.
Yes.
For the 6 classes racing the Milwaukee-made Briggs & Stratton engines.
Yes.
Because there are different engines that race at Badger Kart Club, but this is only Briggs & Stratton engines.
Correct.
I'm guessing you're still getting phone calls about what to do, when and where and how, where to stay, what to eat, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we've got a setup that Corey's going to set for out of towners to hotels and what's close to the area, so they know when they get in town and stuff like that. So it'll be fun. We're looking for it to get a good turnout for the event.
For information on the event, it's called Thor's Throwdown, a special occasion, special event, throwing out a big time party. It's on September 13 and 14. All day practice Saturday, racing all day Sunday at Millwright Raceway in Dallasman. The website to go to is BadgerKartClub.com.
Yes.
Badger Kart Club, kart with a K, BadgerKartClub.com. And it's really neat to see you guys are this excited, and it's a couple weeks away yet, but it's been a long process, hasn't it?
Yes, very, very long. We've been working it all season,
And the defending champ is looking at the target behind him. No one's ahead of you. So keep that up, would you, Lewis?
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby, thanks for your time today, too. Thanks a lot. How about a big hand, everybody, for Bobby Kerr joining us, Louis Palmisano and Joel Palmisano with Badger Kart Club. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Thank
Thor's
you.
Throwdown,
Thank you.
September 14th is the big race day on Sunday, September 14th. We keep mentioning Corey Carlson's name. Corey's actually involved in Badger Kart Club. We've had him and his son on before. We're also talking to Corey about what he's done most recently with his brother, Chris, It's called Brickin' Fast. You'll find out more about that on the program. We also have a beautiful race car outside, a full-size one, as we talk about Brickin' Fast model kits. We also talking to Nick Mechanic about his racing at Wilmot Raceway. He's also racing in the Thor's Throwdown.
Yes.
He's a kart racer, too, so this is kind of a cool, fun theme night. Come on down and join the racing crowd. We're at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield, and we'll be right back.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to take a timeout and come right back with more on this edition of the program. We want to thank you for being part of it. Quinn McCabe is on the way. We also have John DiPiazza and Elena Liss. She's actually just raced her first big full-size dragster of the weekend. We talked to her dad, Stefan, before in the program. Looking forward to having them on the show. Got time to come on down. Join the racing crowd at Polly's Pub and Eatery. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack-leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much.
American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Precise Auto and Truck Accessories is your one-stop shop when it comes to adding style and functionality to your vehicles. Owner and late model racer Mike Grunberg has 15 years of experience installing window tinting, cat skin leather, seat heaters, and seat coolers. There's a million accessories available. Ladder racks, trailer hitches, detailing, remote starters, and more. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells is a WeatherTech Diamond dealer. Bring your vehicle to the trusted guy, Mike Grunberg at Precise Auto and Truck Accessories.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Glad to have along with us. I'm Jim Trado. Hey, next Tuesday, join the racing crowd for another Benson Valley Bourbon Road Show at the Utica Bar in Utica. Thanks in part to Hogan Farms and Utica Seed. We'll have a bunch of Hogan Farms sponsored race cars and racers. BMR Electric Cards Brad Miller said he's coming. Bandolero racer Emily Billings is making a stop, and a bunch of fun. We're sitting outside and hanging out with the race fans. Thanks to Utica Seed, Hogan Farms at Utica Bar in Utica. It's just south and east of Madison, so join the racing crowd next Tuesday night. Hey, this portion of our show tonight is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, which is supported by Epic Media and Wagner Automotive. Join the racing crowd at the next Midwest Truck Series race. It's coming up real soon. They're racing, actually. They actually just raced this past Saturday at Dells Raceway Park. Congrats to Aaron Moyer for winning his first ever race. Check out the upcoming schedule. They're racing at Jefferson Speedway and the Wisconsin State Championships, as well as Halloween. Lots going on. Visit MidwestTruckSeries.com for their information, point standings, and their schedule. It's time to remind you to set your DVRs or watch Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show. The Racing Roundup Show is on TV every Saturday morning at 11:30 a.m. on CW18 Milwaukee. That is every Saturday except this Saturday. This Saturday morning, if you don't have your DVR set, get up early with us. It starts at 7 a.m. this Saturday due to a football game. So this Saturday, September 6th, our show will air at 7 a.m., not 11:30. It'll also re-air Sunday morning at 4:30 a.m. for the rest of September. So keep that in mind as you are an insomniac like me or getting up to do what you got to do in the middle of the night. 4:30, click on the TV. We'll keep you awake. We won't put you to sleep, but it's on Sunday mornings, every Sunday morning at 4:30 a.m. now, too, as a re-air. But this week, Saturday, special time, 7 a.m. Saturday on CW18 Milwaukee. I must finish up with Corey Carlson now. We talked a lot about you, dropped your name, Thor's Throwdown. It's cool knowing that you guys have this much effort and influence in what's going on with the racers we talked to from St. Louis coming, and the Palmazanos, and all the work you put into this. You probably have a few more things to at least share with us about the interest you've gotten from racers across the upper Midwest and the country.
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's actually really exciting. Our family, we race locally with the go-kart. We did a little bit on the road. We traveled with Joe and Lewis down a little bit, but we primarily stuck around home, just getting our feet wet. Caden's had good success with it. He actually won the senior medium last year, so he's excited about it as well. From the track standpoint, the excitement about it is pretty palpable. Like, everybody's really excited to come out and get their name on the trophy wall for it. Bobby said it. He said it's a cool trophy.
It's a Thor's hammer, right?
Yeah, it's literally a Thor's hammer. It weighs 10 pounds. So it's a legit hammer.
Yeah.
And the whole idea behind that is for the 2 cycles they had a sword, and that was for the 2-cycle race. That was this traveling trophy. It was a big sword.
All right.
And Joe and I are on the board of directors, and we were talking. We're like, if you guys got a sword, why don't we make something? And so we just kind of came up with something that was kind of cool. We thought it was Thor's hammer. I'm not a Marvel guy or anything like that, but I thought it was kind of cool to have something that was tangible and was something known.
Yeah.
So it was cool last year to see my son on the podium holding up this big old hammer.
Yes.
And it was obviously the big check was cool too.
Can people still get involved if they want to get behind this event?
Yeah, absolutely. So we had last week, we had Mike McPherson and Brian Zervis, both from Millwright and from Mills Pallet, both stepped up, and they put some good sponsorship money towards it. Certainly reach out to myself or Joe. Go right on the website, grab our name off the board of directors page on there. We'd love to be able to get more information out there for your business and to help grow. But truthfully, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm surrounded by people I've literally grown up with my entire life, sitting in Paulie's with us right now. And these guys are the future of racing. It's really what it is, right? And so I don't really think that there's enough attention paid to that low beginner scene, which is the go-karts.
And it's serious, man. There's a lot of work involved, a lot of maintenance involved, a lot of information has to be digested. You better be on track on time, and it's your class and it's your time.
Yeah, and for the kids that are starting out, they get to see Dad working on the car, his work ethic and Mom's work ethic that goes into getting the whole program set. And they're learning that from behind the scenes, even though they may not be doing it themselves. They're watching it, even though they're out riding a bike or doing whatever. But it's really setting that platform to help them understand what it takes to get to that next level and the effort that goes into it. My brother and I, we talked about it, and my son wanted to go full-size racing, and Chris said it best. He said, Caden's a pretty talented driver, but I'm going to beat him 9 times out of 10 because I spend all my time in the garage. And that's really what it comes down to, is these kids understanding what it takes, the hours and hours wrenching in a garage and digesting all the information you can reach out to, talking to other drivers and making those connections and talking to everybody you can to learn dynamics and geometry. And these kids have the opportunity to learn this at a very young age, and it's given them the chance now to then step up and go into that higher class, the Bandoleros or a Legend or something like that.
Or Nick Mechanic.
Or Nick Mechanic. I was just saying, Nick
snow
Mechanic.
Race carts and start racing the street stock at Wilmot.
Absolutely. He's a former champion at Badger as well, I believe. So, so there's a lot of former champions at Badger that are out there that are winning races, even at the Xfinity level.
Yeah, the Sam Mayer guy comes to mind as a driver that's raced at Dallasman a lot. Hey, we want to tell you that there's really a lot of cool things going on in the world of racing. I want to tell you that this portion of our program will be re-aired this Saturday morning, 7 a.m. on CW18 Milwaukee. We're talking about a new product on the market, but it's catching a national flair. So let's do that right now in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. I'm Jim Trento, joined by Corey Carlson. And Corey has grown up as a racer. I've watched his dad race. I've watched his brother race. I've watched Corey work at racetracks. And you guys have worked on something very special, something really cool that I'm glad we have a chance on the Racing Roundup Show to tell people about. We have 3 different models of the various cars you have. These are Brick & Fast model kits. Tell us more about them, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely. So Brick & Fast is literally just that. They are cars that you build out of building bricks. So we use alternative bricks, and we've designed the cars to be exact replicas of late models, modifieds, East Coast modified sprint cars. And I can assure you that Chris, being a many time year racer, that he has put exact details in the cars. The late models having drop decks and teardrop fuel cells and containment seats, full containment seats. Like, he's left no detail that's out there.
So when it comes to these kits, it's Donnie Schatz, the number 15. It is the number 1 of Brandon Shepard. They race nationally. They have won championships at the highest level. This guy's a killer when it comes to USMTS modifieds.
Yep.
These aren't just wannabe kits. These are sanctioned, licensed by these national drivers. How does that come out of a garage of 2 guys in Milwaukee going, let's do something cool. We love racing. What if we build our own Brick & Fast cars?
The coolest part of this whole deal is my brother was up with his girlfriend up at the EAA, and they purchased a brick kit to build an airplane for his son. And he was on the way home, and he called me up. He's like, why aren't we building race cars? And I literally was like, well, we need an engineer to come up with that. And Chris is a design engineer. So kind of the rest is history as far as that goes. Hours, I mean, the amount of time he spent building these things on a CAD and watching him work is unbelievable, the detail and effort that he put into making them go. And come December last year, my son and I decided we would take a car that was one was Chris's car and another one was a blank. And we went down to the Dome, and we were just expecting to kind of show these things off and see what people thought.
And that's a race that's held indoors where the St. Louis Rams used to play football. They made it into a dirt track. It's an invitational, but some of the best in the country are racing there in a dome in mid-December. Yep. What was the reaction like?
We couldn't make it more than 10 feet without being stopped.
Okay.
And prior to going down there, the reason we went down there is we met up with Joe Adam, who is a local Illinois driver, now a prolific sponsor in racing, as well as his son is racing. And Chris and I drove 3 hours down into Illinois to go meet with him. He flew up from North Carolina to meet with us, and he had no idea what we were coming there for. I basically had to beg him to let us come down to show him what we had. And he basically said, sure, come on down. We walked in. He picked up a car. We had it done up to look like his son's car. And he looked at it, and he said, how many of these do you have? And as Chris said, we have 100 kits right now. He said, not anymore. You don't have any. I just bought them all.
Wow.
And we left there and basically looked at each other in the car and said, we have it. We found it. So I look at it, and I kind of talked to you a little bit about this before. We took a lot from the sport back in the day with racing. Chris has won a lot of features. We've taken a lot of excitement from it. This is our chance to give back and still be involved now that Chris is retired. And, it's 535 pieces for a late model, over 600 pieces for a sprint car. It's not a small kit. The instructions, obviously Lego is the brand that's out there, right? The instruction manuals that Chris has put together rival anything that we've seen from those. We've had plenty of people come to us and say, hey, I'm a big Lego collector guy. Your instruction manual blows their stuff away. Michaela Shepard,
that's Brandon's wife, by the way. So the driver is directly involved in this. His wife is calling you to build something as cool as that.
It became kind of a pinch me moment when I was driving to the shop one day and I was looking at my phone and I was texting with Angie Pierce and Brandon Shepard's wife, Michaela, and Hudson O'Neill's wife, and Devin Moran's fiance. And I'm literally looking at my phone. I'm like, this is a who's who of racing. And we're working with all these teams now. We recently just went down with a race I met you at, down at Wilmot, and I met with Matt, the owner of Race Ranch, who is one of the largest, conglomerates of teams now. And he does all the shirts and everything for like Tyler Erb and Mike Marler and all those guys. And we now have all those guys as well. So we have a huge surplus of cars on their way in right now. So we order in the bricks, and then we do all the printing of the wraps, and we do all the printing of the boxes.
You have time to show us what's in the box when it gets there?
Yeah.
So this is a Bobby Pierce legitimate kit ready to go.
Yep. So this is exactly what his kit looked like for the Dream. So they ordered 200 cars. 200 kits.
Dad's retro scheme on there, by the way. It's a one-off.
So they ordered 200 kits. They did, to start the season with, they did 25 of their Votto wrap and then 25 of the Rocky World 100 wrap. And then we kept the other 150 just warehoused by us, and they chip away at them whenever they get a new wrap. So they just call us up. They say, here's our new wrap. We work with Gerald over at Arizona Sports Shirts. He sends us the graphics. We put it right on the box. We have all the sponsors on the box and everything. So it's as legit as it looks. And then it comes as your full kit. So you have all your different bricks in here. You have the instruction manual, which again was meticulously put together.
Yeah, so this is what the car looks like when it's done before you put this on it.
And then
so
you have
that's
the
cool
wrap
part
kit.
about it. Yeah.
And then you wrap it. So, first time you're doing it, you have 3.5, 4 hours put into getting it all put together. We've had countless drivers or countless folks now that have bought from every single different race team, and they are constantly texting me now saying, because my number's the one that's published, they'll text me and say, hey, I already bought all of the Bobby Pierce ones. Are you going to have his next? When do you have his next car? So it's now taken off enough that it's becoming the new version of the diecasts.
That is a national phenomenon that's taking off right here from Milwaukee. But I also want to let you guys know that in talking to Corey about this, you don't have to be famous to get a kit.
Yep.
You can actually do what's the minimum run, for example? If my buddy drives a modified up in the Northeast, like a big block modified, how many do I need to order for this to come to reality for his efforts or my want for a gift or what have you?
So I always go back to anybody that knew Chris's career knew we started very small and he made it up to race at the biggest level. He raced for a living for several years against Bobby Pierce's dad. We raced against the biggest of the bigs, Bloomquist and Moyer, but we didn't have their budget. So our difficult part was we always wanted to market ourselves, but we couldn't. We couldn't afford it. So our minimum is 1. So we wanted to make this so that, it's a prime example, Lil John Provenzano from Illinois, his daughter just reached out a couple months ago and said, hey, can I make one for my dad? So she sent us the graphics, and we made 1 car for Dad, and now they're putting together an order for the rest of the rest of his fans to pick up cars.
When it comes to these kits, it's called Brick In Fast, brickinfast.com. We got the website up on our screen, but you have dirt late models, dirt modifieds, Northeast modified, vintage dirt late model, wing sprint car, wingless sprint car. So we're seeing 3 of the many different styles you have.
Yeah, so the sprint car comes as a full kit. It's convertible, so you can pull the wings off of it, you can put tabs in it and turn it into a full-on wingless car. Unfortunately, obviously, that's Donnie's old ride now. He's racing with David Gravel under the Husitz name. But so the coolest part for us is, again, there's no minimum, and it allows you the flexibility to change your cars as the wrap comes, as opposed to a die-cast where once you buy them, you bought them. So we can keep chipping away and getting new stuff out there as the season goes on for you.
The passion is there. The information is there to go. brickinfast.com. Corey, thanks for your time on the Racing Roundup Show.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jim.
And now I'm going to pick your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
When it comes to designing these, that was for our television portion, Saturday morning, 7 a.m., CW18 Milwaukee. When it comes to designing these cars, is it a chassis that you went after and said, I need a bare frame, I need their designs? Is this coming from Chris's experience building race cars and saying, that down tube doesn't look right, I just saw a picture of this guy? How much studying goes into making these as real as they can be?
Yeah, so we looked at all the I guess, the finite details. So chassis-wise, I mean, if you take a look at underneath it, and it's not technically a chassis underneath, it's bricks. But you pop the engine off, you pop the hood off of it, and you have your fan, you have your fan shroud, you have your radiator, you have your distributor. Chris being Chris actually made it so that if you are a tried and true Ford guy, anybody that knows racing knows the distributor cap is in a different location as opposed to a GM, you can change it around so your distributor cap goes where it should, so it will be a Ford engine for you. So it's got headers on it. We throw the decals for your engine builder on it. I went up and I showed them to Billy up at Pro Power, and he immediately contacted his guys and had guys from the off-road scene contacting us. So we're dabbling in a lot of different directions right now. We don't have it up here, but again, to your point, right? So we have the Northeast Modifieds. Matt Shepard, I have a text from his wife from this weekend saying, when will you have the Northeast mods in stock? They're literally on their way right now. Stuart Friesen, unfortunately, he was injured.
Yep.
But prior to that, they had reached out and said, when will you have cars in stock? So we were reaching, to your point earlier, we're reaching the biggest drivers in the country, and it's a little bit of a pinch me moment that we're looking at these guys that late models that we used to race against that now we're on a first name basis with them. And then I'm not very big in the sprint car scene, but I'm learning to love the culture. And it's getting really exciting.
What I was most impressed about at Wilmot Raceway back on that Monday in July, end of July, was a World of Outlaw Dirt late model race. And at that race, drivers had their own souvenir trailer. We had Jake Tim on our show. He was there with his wife, and they had a nice display. I also saw some Brick and Fast merchandise as well as the cars in some of those haulers that are really representing what they want to sell you. They want to represent their brand. They're proud to say, yes, we have it available for our team, our colors. What's that been like knowing firsthand now? The reaction you're getting, the real-time involvement, not just I want it, but now this is better. I got to order some more. This is the fun part of it.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, I got chills when you just said that because Jake Tim's running for Rookie of the Year in World of Outlaws, and it's a guy. Ashley, his wife, messages me and says, "Hey, we need to order some more cars." That's super exciting for us, and it's Chris that's constantly innovating. It's I can assure you, we are not settling where we're at. We have a lot of innovation to come. Chris is loaded with ideas, but the biggest one is really starting to focus on hitting that local scene. I'm looking around the crowd right here, and I see Pat Heaney sitting over there. We could in a heartbeat make up one of Pat's old cars from back in the day, one of my dad's old cars from back in the day, George Scheffler's car from back in the day. Have the whole Scheffler clan sitting on your wall. Reached out to Paige Radke, McGrath, and talked with her about, hey, can you get us the files from your old wraps? We'd be more than happy to take those and replicate those and make those as an offering and be able to pay the driver. We'll pay you a portion because it's your car that we've commissioned. Somebody bought your car. We'll pay you. We're selling your car. You didn't have to do anything. And then pay Paige as well.
And importantly, the box and the car can be customized to that order.
It's all included. So the custom box is included. So we have a 4-foot by 8-foot UV printer that we print the boxes on. So it's, as you see it, it's a very professional setup. The box is not a decal or anything. It's printed directly on the box like anything else would be. And then the wrap is all done 100% by us as well. And then what we do typically is a lot of these, what you see right here, these are wraps that went out. This is Brandon Shepard's. This was his World 100 car, or his dream car. We make one up in the shop. We take pictures of it, and then we send them all the pictures so they can get them online.
Yeah.
And then we also can make sure that everything fits exactly how it should fit on the template. All the lines match. Everything looks exactly as it would look because Chris is very detail-oriented. Nothing is ever good enough as far as that goes. So every minute detail is covered.
I love it. I love every bit of it. It's called brickandfast.com. Chris is here. Trixie's here. They brought some other information along. So if you're hanging out with us or want to find out more, or you're drooling on your screen watching this live on a Tuesday night at Paulie's, come on down. We're at 81st and Greenfield. Check these cars out. Check out how much fun these Carlson brothers have had doing this. And I can't tell you how excited I am about that. These cars are available, and Christmas is coming.
Yeah, to that point, right? We have thousands of cars coming over right now. Brick and Fast on Facebook.
Yep.
Best place to meet us and take a look at it. Message us on Facebook. That's how almost every one of these teams has gotten started. We message back and forth, and we send templates back and forth and exactly how the car is going to look, get them their pricing quotes and everything. So it's real time that way. But we'll have all the cars in stock for Christmas, as well as, again, the Dome, and then getting ready to really hit that spring run.
Awesome. How about a big hand for Corey Carlson? His brother Chris is here, and I think they brought some more goodies with them. Awesome. Vintage. Is that a vintage late model I'm looking at? Vintage. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm drilling again. I got to stop drilling at these cars. Brickandfast.com. Now you know why I'm so excited to have Corey on the show. Thanks, Chris, for bringing the car down. Lots more to cover on this program. We have Nick Mechanic joining us here on the program. We've got Quinn McCabe, president of the Badger Midgets Racing Association. They just had a huge weekend. They're not done yet with the Mara racing as well, so we'll catch up with Quinn here on the show as well. We're at Paulie's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. Come on down and join the racing crowd.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
This Saturday at Dell's Raceway Park, it's O'Reilly Auto Parts Championship Night. See 5 exciting divisions of racing action featuring a 50-lap late model event. Fan gates open at 3, qualifying 4:30, green flag racing at 6. Get your advance tickets online now at DellsRacewayPark.com. Dell's Raceway Park, located 2 miles west of I-90-94 and exit 85 just off Highway 12. Dell's Raceway Park, Wisconsin's best racing entertainment.
Jiffy Lube has locations across Wisconsin to serve you. Visit jiffylube.com to locate your store and to find the latest coupons and promotional offers. You're greeted by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Grab a water or coffee and know you and your vehicle are in good hands. Windshield wipers, new tires, and alignments are a few of the many services offered. Jiffy Lube proudly features Pennzoil. There's a whole lot more than no appointment drive-up oil changes at Jiffy Lube. Welcome to personalized car care. Wisconsin race fans, find your store at jiffylube.com.
Organize like the pros with Hefner Racing Products. Take your trailer to the next level. Upgrade your garage, streamline your shop. Whether you're tearing up the track or tackling home projects, Hefner Racing Products has you covered with the best made and widest variety of organizational accessories made right here in Wisconsin. Shop online now at hrpracing.com.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the program. Just hanging out with you on a Tuesday night. It's a live show, you know. Things happen. We're happening. It's all happening. Hey, this portion of the show is brought to you by BMR Electric Carts in Random Lake. Icon e-bikes go 25 miles per hour. It can go 40 miles between charges. And BMRE is now selling gas-powered golf carts, e-bikes, and scooters too, in your choice of colors and options, new or used. Call Brad Miller, or better yet, look him up online. Facebook is probably the best way to go about it. They're Wisconsin's only Icon gas and electric cart dealer. Check out their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Carts Company. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells would like to remind you that winter is right around the corner. Remote starters are guaranteed 3-year or 36,000 miles, as are the heated seats options you can do to your car right now. Rust proofing, 9-year rust warranty nationwide. Also, protect your investment before the snow flies. There's a lot of comfort built into what Precise Auto and Truck Accessories can do for your vehicle, for your UTV, window tinting, whole lot more. Leather seats. I mean, they got it going on. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells has it going on, and Mike Grunberg will join us next Tuesday at our remote show. It's going to be a Benson Valley Bourbon Road show at Utica Bar. Mike will be there joining us to hang out with us, so if you have questions, he's got answers as he's racing for a championship again at Jefferson Speedway. It's time for the Modified Security Solutions Short Track Report for cameras and alarm system for your home or business, programmed card access, custom-made security doors, on-call locksmith work, and more. It's a lock. Their number, 262-790-9400, or go online to modifiedsafe.com. They protect what you value. Logan Julian was on our show last week after his first career bumper-to-bumper IR Outlaw Sprints victory. Guess what? He went back-to-back. He went first time out, went to win on Friday night at the Sheboygan County Fair at the Plymouth Dirt Track, and did so in convincing fashion. Congrats, Logan, on another victory. Ben Schmidt won his 50th 360 Sprints feature Friday night at Plymouth as well. Saturday night, on what could be the final night ever at Beaver Dam Raceway, Schmidt won again in the MSA 360s feature. It was appropriately the Harry Neitzel and Jim Whipperforth Memorial Races, as both men supported the 360 Sprints for a long time in a big way. Congrats to the ageless Tim Cox and BG Wood on being crowned Wisconsin Wingless Track champs at Wilmot Raceway Saturday night. Tyler Cuxhouse and Chris Klemko swapped second and third in the points on Saturday night in the Wingless. CK Contractors LLC supports our coverage of Wilmot Raceway and the Wisconsin Wingless Sprint Series for lot clearing of brush and debris, lot grading, Lake Michigan shoreline restoration, pond building, and more. Hire the professionals. Chris Klemko and the racers at ckcontractorsllc.com. Adam Taylor won Saturday night's wingless sprints feature. CJ Malig in the Wing 604 sprints. This year's modified champ is Steve Mueller at Wilmot Raceway. Bandits champ is David McKillips. This Saturday night is championship night for the 604 winged sprints and street stocks. The Big Wilmot Fall Classic has 2 big nights of racing on Friday and Saturday, September 12th and 13th, with the IRA Outlaws racing among the divisions on Friday night, while Saturday features the Wisconsin Wingless, some fireworks, and some really cool things for the kids on Saturday. Information to come maybe as soon as this evening on the Wilmot Raceway Facebook page and their website, wilmotraceway.com. So keep an eye on that. And I checked in with Chris Klemko today. There are some camping spots available as well in the Kenosha County Fairgrounds. So if you're going to the Big Fall Classic at Wilmot, think about going for the camper and staying the weekend. Got big bonfires planned both nights as well. For the second time this season at the Hill in Sturgeon Bay, Eric Wilkie pulled into victory lane after his Wisconsin Wingless victory Sunday night. Max Guilford took home the IRA Outlaw Sprints trophy. We have a full recap of the Dells Raceway Park Jim Sauter Classic ASA Midwest Tour, Midwest Truck Series, and the 622 Outlaw Late Models. That's coming up on the new Johnson & Sons Paving sponsored In the Groove with Bill Holland this week. If you'd like to know more about the big Saturday championship races at Dells Raceway Park, visit their website. It's dellsracewaypark.com. They're racing this Saturday. It's O'Reilly Auto Parts Championship night. Championships on the line for all their NASCAR weekly divisions. dellsracewaypark.com is the website to also buy tickets in advance and save some bucks. Congrats to Alex Prunty for winning Sunday night's Super Late Model 100-lap feature at Slinger Super Speedway. And the Anglers Bar and Grill and Campground sponsored track champion Grant Griesbach wins the championship Sunday at Slinger. He finished second in the race. BMR Electric Carts owner Brad Miller finished third in the race and the championship. Jaden Johnson of Johnson & Sons Paving won the late model feature. 83-year young. Jerry Eckhart finished the season best fourth. Brady Held won the sportsman feature and finished second in the points to race runner-up Jake Schroffnagel. Our coverage of Slinger Super Speedway happenings are brought to you by Ricardo's Pizza, located in downtown Greendale since 1970. Ricardo's is owned by racer Richie Locke and his family. Ricardo's Pizza takes pride in their dough made fresh daily, fresh produce, signature sauce, and best Wisconsin cheeses. Order the best at ricardosgreendale.com. This Sunday, September 7th, there's an afternoon race. You can get on the shuttle from Pawleys. It's a VIP shuttle. Only 40 people get to ride. So get on down to Pawleys. Sign up for the shuttle. It starts and finishes here at Pawleys Pub and Eatery. Racing this Sunday, September 7th, is a 2 p.m. start at Slinger and their season finale, including the Johnson & Sons Paving sponsor Bandoleros, High School Racing Association, Legends, Slinger Bees, and Late Models, again racing at 2 p.m. this Sunday at Slinger. Jeremy Lepak held up John Beal to win Monday's Tundra Super Late Model race at Golden Sands Speedway in Plover. Anglers Bar and Grill and Campground, they sponsor Grant Griesbach on Thursday nights at WIR, Wisconsin International Raceway, and guess what? Grant won that track championship too. My goodness. He didn't win the race, but that's all he had to do was win on points, and he did just that. Travis Rodewald, my nephew, he finished second behind Grant in the feature and won his heat race. So Grant won the feature on his championship night to crown his first ever championship at WIR in Kaukauna. In late models, Brent Strelka set fast time, started 12th in the feature and won it. Alex Stumpf is the 2025 late model champion. Ken Sports sponsored Brady Vanderloop won the title of Wisconsin Sport Trucks. And figure eight champ was Craig Wettering. On our WRIR coverage, we want to thank our friends at Ken Sports for bringing their support all season long. Ken Sports in Kaukauna and Green Bay. Ken Sports is Wisconsin's largest power sports dealer. Home of the best names in fun, new and used. 2 wheels on the road, trail riding, 4 wheels, you got it, or on the water. Visit kensports.com or kensportsgreenbay.com. CJ Leary won the Silver Crown race Saturday night, and Brendan Betterbean Queen won the Arkham Menard Series race Sunday night on the fairgrounds in Southern Illinois at DuQuoin Fairgrounds. Congrats to those two winners. A couple of upcoming races to attend. This Friday and Saturday is the Jerry Reichert Memorial Races for the IRA Outlaw Sprints and Wisconsin Wingless at Cedar Lake Speedway in Somerset. Saturday night, September 20th, is the 8th annual Jim Wildman Watson Classic Dirt Kings race, joined by the Wisconsin Wingless Sprints at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Sunday, September 21st, is the annual Hales Corner Speedway reunion. It's at the DeBerlin VFW, 179th in Beloit, so check that out. Sunday, September 21st, you can go online, look for that under the fans of Hales Corner Speedway or Patrick Haney. Look him up on Facebook. That's a big show. That's on Sunday, September 21st. That is the annual Hales Corner Speedway reunion with a bunch of racers hanging out. You don't have to be an old racer. You can be a current racer, bring your race car, hang out on that Sunday afternoon as well. And this past Sunday night, it was a huge night of racing in Sun Prairie at Angel Park Speedway. It's Badger Midgets and USAC National Midget races in the 40th Fireman's Nationals to share all the happenings of that weekend and what's all going on still for the Badger Midgets and the Mara Racing Series. Let's welcome in the president of the Badger Midget Auto Racing Association, Quinn McCabe. Quinn, thanks for coming back on. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having us back on.
Just you, me, and Speed Racer hanging out on a Tuesday night.
That's good.
What a huge weekend you guys had. Started at Sycamore Saturday, ended Sunday night on a big to-do, $10,000 to win for the USAC National Midgets, and Badger crowns a new champion for 2025 over the weekend. That'd be Parker Jones, right?
Yeah, but it's not a new champion. He was last year's champion too.
He won last year too?
Yeah.
I just thought how good he was. I'm like, ooh, this is exciting. So Parker Jones, a back-to-back Badger midget champion.
Yeah.
So he won that already on Saturday night. So Sunday he could just play around, right?
Yeah, he clinched it Saturday night. So all he had to do was just show up and attempt to qualify, and then he won.
Well, when it comes to racing, it's actually a culmination, a celebration, if you will, knowing how good he was. We had Tommy Coolcat Colburn on the program last Tuesday night.
Yep.
He ran as high as second to him at one point. Mm-hmm. I said, man, take pride in that with your 31 team. Yep. And what you know, he finished third this past Sunday. But those moments, man, when there's somebody on a roll, and you've been there yourself as a driver, when you're on a roll, man, it's hard to stop, and you're lucky to be around that guy when they're winning so many races.
Yeah, it was fun to watch him this year, for sure. Every time it gets to be comical at the end, but just every time he would show up, he was just whatever he's figured out, him and that whole crew, he's very comfortable in that car, and he's very good. He's very fun to watch.
We had Parker on the show before, but we have not had champion Parker Jones on, so we need to get him back on the show. I think it was maybe leading the points about a year and a half ago when we had him on. Very humble kid.
Oh, yeah.
But when he gets in that car, man, I've watched him. He is a gasser.
Oh,
he gets after it.
He's definitely on it.
There's not a whole lot of playing around. It's like, okay.
No, he just drives for
hot laps. Boom.
He drives for no one else does. It's just fun. I was like, everybody's like, what's he doing different? I go, he drives where you guys aren't, and he's up there. It's just, that's where it's, especially at Angel Park Speedway, that's where it's fun to race, is up there above the cushion and just let it go.
So he was running in the stuff all night? Or on a given night he would be up where
on
no one
a given
else
night.
was? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On a given night, yes.
How was this past Sunday night, knowing you had two divisions of midgets racing, the USAC National and the Badger Midgets?
Oh, it was great. The crowd we had was spectacular crowd. I mean, I haven't seen that place that full for a lot of years. And it was neat. It was a lot of fun to race in front of that many people, that's for sure.
And the track had to be pretty good. The USAC National Midget track record fell in qualifying. How was the racing throughout the night, Quinn?
Oh, yeah, the racing was great. It was maybe a little bit rough early on, but, they figured it out at Angel Park and they got it smoothed out. And the USAC guys went first. It actually helped us widen the racetrack out a little bit for our feature. And our feature was fun to watch, especially with the cool cat, Tommy Colburn. He led, I don't know if it was 22 or 23 laps, but he led the majority of the race. And it was just a late yellow and a kid that's very talented from Ohio. And past champion, he was in Chase McDermott's car, and the kid's very talented from Ohio.
We've seen that on occasion. Zach Weigel came and won the race on Sunday. But when you see a kid like Zach Weigel adapt to it, I also saw the Victory Lane photos on bmara.com. There was a lot of guys that had familiar faces helping that team out when it comes to Chase coming back to race at a serious track he's won and run for championships and won 3 in a row.
Well, see, Weigel was in his own car last year when we did the 2-day thing.
Yep.
And he ran the first night, and he almost won that one.
Okay.
He ran second that night.
Okay.
And then the next night he jumps into, he was in, I don't know who, I won't say for sure whose car he was in. I think he was in either Keith's car or, can't think of it. Anyway, he won. He won in the national car. Then he comes back this year, and he's in Chase's national car and our car, Chase's other car, and then he wins with us. So it was neat to see, that's for sure. Super nice family, so it was fun.
Keith Coons Motorsports won the $10,000 National Midget Race with Gavin Miller, their driver. When it comes to those teams, I know even looking back to when in 2015 when I was there when Brian Clausen set the National Midget track record that was just broken by Jacob Denny at 14.203, my goodness, this past Sunday night. That adds to the lore, but more importantly, it adds to the matter of fact, yes, it is the coolest place to run a midget, or one of the coolest places ever. It just validates it, doesn't it?
It is. It is. I mean, bar none, that place is special. It's just like Knoxville is to the World of Outlaws or the 410 sprint cars. Angel Park is the sister to that. It's a special place to race.
And when it comes to planning all that, you guys have a lot of work to do. You must sleep really good at night because there's a lot of you guys never stop until it's like, okay, if I don't get 4 hours right now, I ain't going to get any kind of sleep. When it comes to racing, You guys have a very, very busy schedule. Sycamore, Illinois, Saturday. Angel Park, Sunday. That's a typical weekend for you guys, is it not, this year?
Correct, yes. Yeah.
So it's just what you do.
At Sycamore Speedway, we had a great crowd there. I mean, the racetrack was as good as I've seen it as long as we've been racing there. And that was a very good race as well. If you watch the highlight video, which is out there on YouTube, you can see the highlights from that race, and that was a really good race too. I mean, Dalton England to catfish around the bottom as well as he did, and just he passed some guys and just drove away. It was fun to watch for sure. And of course, then he won the week before to that. So I mean, he's definitely on a roll right now. Then he ran second Sunday night. So 2 wins in a second. I'd say he's doing pretty good.
And he's also racing as there was a border battle, if you will. Todd Cleaver finishes second from Wisconsin. Dalton from Springfield, Illinois. How much is that kind of fun building with the reemergence of, under the sanction of Badger, the MARA Badger, midgets are now racing a lot, same rules, and there's more racing yet to come for that series. But how much fun is that building that fun relationship where you can go race in Illinois and win a couple, or race against drivers in Wisconsin given the chance?
Oh, that part of it's fun, especially when they start poking fun at one another about who's winning here and doing this. But we had between the 2 nights, we had 5 different states show up and race with us.
Wow, that's great.
Oh yeah.
There's 4 more midget races in Illinois under the MARA sanction.
Correct.
But we're done with the Badger midget season, right?
No.
We're not.
Oh, no.
Oh, we got one more.
Oh, yeah.
Non-points.
No, it's a points race.
It's a points race. Where?
Yeah. Angel Park Speedway.
All right.
I don't know if they've ever raced that late, October 19th.
October 19th with the World of Outlaws.
We'll be there with the World of Outlaws.
All right.
The sprint car race, that one that was rained out June 8th.
Aha.
It's a rescheduled date.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. That'll be fun. If I'm not sitting in the snowmobile suit, but it'll be fun.
Well, the cool thing about it is I have a Badger Midget Auto Racing Association fan club hoodie sweatshirt. So I think I can wear that.
Yes.
Might have to sell a few more of those that night. Or just come with your money. Don't bring extra clothes.
Right.
Just buy what's off the trailer.
Just buy what's there. Yeah,
right.
That'll be good. Amy would like that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Amy and Linda would both appreciate that. Get a sweatshirt while, stay warm.
So when you're a racer, when you got cold on those early spring days or late fall specials, you must have just said, man, I can't wait to idle this thing because it's got warmth to it. When you're sitting in the middle of the infield at Angel Park on a freezing Sunday night, for example, back in the day. How was it? Is it okay to get back in the midget? Like, ooh, I got some warmth now. I'm all right. I'm good.
That's a bad example.
What?
It was never cold at Angel Park when
never?
I was racing.
Yeah, that's right. You always start after Memorial Day, right? Kind of late in the year.
No, we always started. It was always 2 weeks before Memorial Day.
Okay, I can tell you one race you might have been in.
That it was, we're done by Labor Day, so it was never cold.
Did you race in the indoor midget race at the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis?
No.
Middle of January, and they pitted outside the racetrack, outside the building. My goodness, I was there. It was cold.
You bring that a funny story. So we're at Lincoln 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, August 22nd.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kenny Wallace is there, and he's zipping around his pit bike, and I flag him down. He comes over and we're talking, and everybody was asking him why doesn't he ever get try a midget, and I'm like, I said, Wallace, I said the last time you were in a midget was when you were at the Hoosier Dome, and he's like, he looked at me and he goes, oh my God, that's a long time ago. He goes, but we were leading that, and he was. He led that race until something broke in the car. Yeah. I don't forget whose Volkswagen he was in, but yeah, he was leading the Hoosier Dome.
Herm, that was a good race. That was a lot of fun. I think Folger won that one. I'm not sure.
No.
Really cool track though, because it was as big as a football field. You could really get honking.
It was.
Yeah. Compared to like Rockford, the Metro Dome, Metro Center always had one.
Right, but they
Rosemount Horizon,
Coke syrup on there.
Yeah.
They're a lot smaller venues than that place was.
So will Badger ever sanction an indoor race again, you think? Would you get like an ice skating arena or something, or have you?
No, I wouldn't go to an ice skating arena.
No?
It's a little too small there.
I
would like to go back to up there in Cedar Lake.
Yeah, they have an indoor building there.
Oh yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. How recent was that last Badger midget race or midget race that was put on there? 10 years ago? 12 years ago? 6 years ago? I don't recall. Wasn't there a midget race there?
Yeah.
When?
Let me answer first before you start rattling
I
off
keep
a bunch
asking.
of questions.
Give me the
I
answer.
know.
Yeah.
Let's just relax a little bit.
I can't. I'm talking to Quinn McCabe, everybody.
2013.
That long ago. Okay. So that
12
is
12 years.
Yeah. 12 years ago.
12 years, 6 months, but who's counting?
It was cold that night, wasn't it?
No, I was inside the building. It was pretty warm.
Yeah, that's right. You got to roll inside. Come on.
We were all inside. It was good.
Yeah.
Little fumey, but that's all right.
So
we had a good time.
The 4 races upcoming for the MARA midgets. If people are looking for a getaway, are there any back-to-back weekends, or are there 4 different nights, 4 different weekends yet to come to decide their championship in Illinois?
No, we're going to yes, there is a back-to-back weekend.
Okay.
Not this weekend, the following weekend. The 12th and 13th, it'll be the traditional, let's go to Jacksonville from Friday night, and then we're part of the Tom Knowles. We're back at the Tom Knowles at Spoon River.
Great.
On the 13th.
Good. Great.
Which we all know that story with me, so.
Well, the neat thing about this is there's more racing yet to come. As we get a chance to catch a breath with you after the Badger Midget Angel Park season ends. Now we get some time off, but I'm guessing the time is short. You guys are probably already well into next year already, aren't you? Looking at planning and dates and schedules and
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we end up the last 2 races we have are Coles County, which is way southern Illinois.
And is that a 2-day deal?
No, one's on the 20th of September, and then the other one is the 12th. Okay. I believe the 12th is the right date.
Okay, all right.
But that 12th date, which will be fun there because the guys from Indiana, Ohio are coming over to race with us that night. So that'll be that Midwest Thunder Series that USAC has.
Yeah.
They're going to race with us at Coles County. That should be fun.
And that's really kind of a gauge as well. I talk about the gauge of having the Thor's Throat on a Badger Kart Club, having the ability to have racers from around the area. But the platform you are now helped create, Quinn, with this Badger Midget formula, it's awesome. You guys get a chance now, more and more states, more and more interest. It's a destination for a lot of folks now, not just something they want to try or, hey, let's do this for a bit. I mean, there's some really good racing that continues to build fan base and racers.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's been a lot of fun to see all the people come and race. You know, I talked to Jerry last week, and I was trying to get him a ride and a son a ride to both come back to Sun Prairie. I thought that would have been really cool too.
Jerry Coons?
Yeah.
And Cale Coons?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, the kid's pretty talented.
So I don't know.
And I'm not talking about Jerry because Jerry's not a kid anymore, so we're talking about his son.
He's still a Jerry Coons Jr. I can't say it any other way than
can.
Brian Kapinski did. Jerry Coons Jr. Great guy. Miss Brian. Miss a lot of folks that are part of the celebration of Badger Midget racing. When it comes to the races yet to come and the races that we're going to see you at, the Chili Bowl is coming up in the off season. You get to see a bunch of people, but I would think that doesn't stop for you. Not just special occasions, big visits, go to events. You're always on the run. Yep. And now probably being asked about legal things like, okay, what kind of engines do we run? What kind of chassis do we run? Where do we stop the limit on this? And what do you find guys trying to, you're part of the governing body, if nothing else, of midget racing right now, aren't you? With the success you've had at this point.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Phone calls, meetings, all the fun stuff.
So obviously our banquet's coming up in November. Then you go to the PRI show. Then you go to the Chili Bowl.
Yep.
Then next thing you know, it's March or April, and we're racing again.
Yeah.
So it's a cycle. That's for sure.
Well, I can't tell you how much fun we've had having you on the show now for 2 or 3 times this year. We've had a bunch of racers on. Just this past weekend, we had Tommy Coolcat Colburn on the show on Tuesday at LD's Barbecue. And you've got friends everywhere, man. It's got to be fun on occasion. Do you have time to reflect it all? Like, okay, hang on. I just talked to this guy, and we talked about, like to do with Kenny Wallace, talk about the Hoosier Dome.
Yeah.
That's got to be fun that's all real current and relevant for you.
Yeah, it was fun just to, like when we went to Sycamore, there was people at Sycamore Speedway, and there was at Angel Park, but I didn't, because of the fireworks thing afterwards, but at Sycamore Speedway, there was people walking around there that I haven't seen for years. I'm like, what are you doing here? Yeah, so, and everybody comes up to they'll come to the trailer door, where I'm at most of the time, and they, stick their head around the corner and say hi. It's fun to see. It's fun to see all the people that you've raced with over the years, and Susie Spencer, she raced with us her son raced with us a couple times this year, and then for her to talk about that at Sycamore because they ran Grundy Saturday afternoon, and then she came up and talked to me, and she's like just reminiscing about the good old days, and it was fun because her and I raced together pretty hard there for a couple of years, so it was fun.
That's cool. Quinn, thanks again for your time. Thanks for making the time. Thanks for making it fun for us because I know how hard you work at it. I can only imagine how much it takes you and Amy every day to just go through what needs to be done and do it right and are respected across the disciplines of every kind of racing series there is. So thanks for your time and support. We hopefully we'll see you very soon at a racetrack or a banquet or at a PRI show or something crazy like that. Should be a lot of fun catching up with you. I know things continue to progress.
Yes, I hope they do, and they will. I'm excited. I'm excited already for 26.
Absolutely. October 19th, Badger Midgets, World of Outlaws, Sprint Cars at Angel Park Speedway in Sun Prairie. Their website, bmara.com. Badger Midget Auto Racing Association President Quinn McCabe. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hold on a hand for Quinn, everybody. Thanks, Quinn, for coming on. Nick Mekanek is joining us. We also got some drag racing to talk about. Bill Holland's on the way, and we've got a whole lot more to discuss when it comes to racing at Dells Raceway Park when Bill Holland's in the groove. This week, sponsored by Johnson & Sons Paving. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need 3 things: an honest opinion, quality work, and fair prices. Call American.
Trust and dedication. That's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement. 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive.
Hey there, this is Leon from LD's Barbecue, open Wednesday through Sunday in East Troy. Not only do we serve your favorites every day, but we also provide catering for graduations, weddings, office parties, and more. Stop in and try our award-winning food, sauces, and rubs. Check us out on Facebook for daily specials, LD's Barbecue in East Troy. Remember, we'll smoke your butt.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. We talked about Johnson & Sons Paving. They're a great company serving southern Wisconsin. When it comes to concrete paving contracting, asphalt, you got it. They are the pros, and they're big time into racing, and they proudly sponsor, starting tonight, Bill Holland's in the Groove segment. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Johnson & Sons Paving. They have a team of experts offering a full range of asphalt and concrete construction services. They go from Dane County to Fond du Lac to Sheboygan to Kenosha County. They're proud to meet or beat their clients' timeline with exceeding expectations. Hometown homeowners and business owners alike can depend on racers at Johnson & Sons Paving to stay on budget and to get in and out quickly. They'll keep your driveway open. They'll keep you safe. They'll be keep your property accessible at all times as well. So for all your asphalt and concrete needs, get started by going to their website, johnsonsonspaving.com. It's time to remind you to set your DVRs or watch Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show, the Racing Roundup Show on TV show every Saturday morning. This Saturday and this Saturday only. We're not at our normal time. We'll be at 7 a.m. this Saturday morning, 7 to 7:30, and re-airing Sunday morning at 4:30 a.m. including portions of In the Groove with Bill Holland and some race driver interviews we have throughout our weekly show. We'd like to thank and recognize some of our great show sponsors that encourage you to click on their logos on our website to support them as they support our show on Tuesdays and Saturdays, including CK Contractors, LLC, Anglers Bar and Grill and Campground in Fremont, the Midwest Truck Series, Bonafide Security Solutions, Badger Kart Club, Oak Creek Automotive, Autotrans Design in Germantown, and Dells Raceway Park. They make it happen. We want to thank them for their involvement on the program. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. It's time for our Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup Short Track Driver Spotlight. Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, found in your grocer's aisle, is made right here in Cumberland, Wisconsin for 90 years and counting. Syrup perfection. Go to andersonsmaplesyrup.com to find it, or go to your favorite grocer. They sponsor racers, Jason Gross and Modifieds, Bill Baylog when it comes to World Outlaw Sprint Cars, and they sponsor our show. We have great samples to give away after every show as well. So by all means, support Anderson's Maple Syrup. They're part of our show each and every week, and the spotlight tonight shines on a driver who brought his race car here. He also races a kart with Badger Kart Club. Let's welcome in next generation driver, Nick Mechanic. Nick, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to the show. You reminded me we had you on before talking about karting, and now we've got your street stock. You get to race on Saturday nights at Wilmot Raceway.
Yep.
How much fun are you having driving both Saturday and Sundays with Badger Kart Club?
Yeah, pretty fun. Also a little bit tiring, but it's all worth it when you get on the track. You know, I've met a lot of new people, and so I'm growing in some friendships, and you know, learning along the way as I'm, you know, every race weekend, and a lot of help from my parents helped me and a bunch of other friends.
Nick, when it comes to racing, karting has been where you got your start. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
How many years have you raced karts?
I believe 5 or 6. They all kind of blend together.
Did you start in the fastest class right away with some used equipment? Did you start with a slow kart and move up? What'd you do?
I bought a used equipment, and I was I've been currently racing in the 206 medium, and I just like it. Competitive people with Louis Palmisano, Caden Carlson, and now we've gotten some growing in our class, and we got 25 people out there, and it's growing every race day, and it's just fun.
So 206 medium is the engine and the weight class, if you will, as if you're in a boxing category. But when you talk about guys that have been racing as long as they have, and they both have won track championships and now leading the Ignite Series, it's kind of cool knowing you get to race at that high level on a Sunday.
Yeah.
What turned you into a Saturday night dirt track racer? What about Raceway?
You know, I was like, I like these go-karts, but, I want to go a little faster, and I was like, street stocks, I just like how loose they get in the corners, and you got a counter steer and everything, and Wilmot was I would consider my home track, and that was what I wanted to do, and here we are now.
From way far away near Berlin to racing across southern Wisconsin, when it comes to Dousman, it's only 35 minutes north and west of Milwaukee, pretty much due west. Wilmot Raceway is on the Kenosha County Fairgrounds. That's some distance to carry back and forth, some race car haulers to unload and reload, or you have two different trailers for you, two different racing disciplines.
Yeah, we got two different ones. We got open trailer, I like open trailers. You get to show off the race cars you're driving to the track, and then we got an enclosed trailer for the go-kart, so.
Nick, when it comes to racing at Wilmot Raceway, what attracted you to the car you bought and the division you're driving in street stocks?
Well, I don't know how familiar everyone is, but I bought it from Maxwell Schultz, who is a pretty good late model driver, and his dad over the last 2 years were rebuilding it, and I was looking in winter. I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a good financial decision, buy a race car.
I think if you couldn't quite hear that, if we had the mic open, and the entire crowd just started laughing out loud.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it was a good financial decision, but so yeah, we bought it, and then here we are now racing it. So it's been pretty fun.
You finished 9th on Saturday night, 7th in the points. This coming Saturday at Wilmot Raceway is championship points night. What are your thoughts about maybe catching a guy ahead of you, or staying? Tim Kalanka is 9 points ahead of you, and you're 6 points ahead of Terry Hilgendorf. So it's kind of tight there, 7th, 8th, and 9th in points.
Yeah, I mean, your whole night can change. Some of these drivers are a little unpredictable. The next thing you know, they're in front of you, and the next thing they're, facing you, and you got to avoid them. So yeah, but as long as a car comes home on the trailer, I'll consider that a win. Maybe next year, hopefully I get it, top 5, and hopefully I'll get past Tim. But whatever the night prevails, just hoping for a good result, as in car comes home in one piece.
And when it comes to maintaining that car, who all helps you with your car and your racing go-kart?
So, my dad retired, but since we've got the race car and the go-kart, it's pretty much has another job, so he's been working on that every day.
Does he get paid a lot of money?
Yeah, he gets paid the earnings.
So I'm just saying there's a financial reward there as well, and I'm hearing a big no. out of the audience somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Dad's saying not so easly.
Yeah, well, I got to thank my girlfriend for all the nights that, she stays at home while I work on the race car and everything, and sometimes come in. Autocraft in Oberlin for mounting my tires. Chris and Steve from CNS Transportation, they actually just welded my trailer that conveniently had a mishap, so,
Got to go to good people to support it, right?
Yeah. And then I got John from Jack Lawn and Snow Services in Sussex, Jamie from Franklin Kart, and if you need anything, go to him for go-karting. And then Inger and Tony Mesher family, and then my buddies that I've been with since first grade, Glenn, Moho, Ryan, Max, and everyone. They all here help me come out to the track and help me every single night.
And who'd you bring tonight here to Polly's to help celebrate this big appearance you've had now twice on the Racing Roundup show?
Brought my parents, my girlfriend and her parents, and then Glenn, and then one of my buddies who I race go-karts with his son.
That's pretty cool. You're racing this weekend, Saturday night, to race for as high as you can get points at Wilmot Raceway.
Yep.
What other racing you have left on your schedule this year, Nick?
Well, if I was just talking about this, I guess I'm going to be skipping the Thor's Throwdown practice, so I'm going to be racing the Fall Classic at Wilmot. That's, I think, 12th and 13th.
Yep.
It's pretty big non-points payout there. And then if the car doesn't get wrecked, which hopefully it doesn't, I'll be racing at Beaver Dam for the finale they got there. And I'm only racing one day there because we have a rain out at Badger, and I'm currently, I think, third in points there. I'm trying to, stay high up in the points there. So,
where can we follow you along when it comes to socials, Nick?
You can find me on Facebook, Nick Mechanic, and I don't know, that's about it.
That's really cool. Thanks for bringing your friends, your family, and your supporters here with us. That's what we do on our show. We support racers and make sure their supporters are recognized each and every time we do this program. How about a big hand, everybody, for Nick Mechanic for joining us. Thanks, Nick, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
On the Racing Roundup Show. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
For your next purge or project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's Escorted NASCAR Racing Tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Interstate Batteries. Outrageously dependable. Life is full of questions. Is the presentation ready for work tomorrow? Why is there so much traffic at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday? Are your in-laws visiting this weekend or next? You've got plenty of things to worry about. Whether your car will start shouldn't be one of them. With an outrageously dependable battery under your hood, you can cross one of those questions off your list, which gives you time to answer more things like,
are we there yet?
Interstate Batteries, delivering the most trustworthy source of power to the world since 1952.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to the program. I'm Jim Trado, joined by a bunch of racers here hanging out with us at Polly's Pub and Eatery next Tuesday, September 9th. We're taking our show on the road. A Benson Valley Bourbon Road Show is at Utica Bar in Utica, Wisconsin, just south and east of Madison, next door to Cambridge. Utica Bar, Utica Seed, Hogan Farms sponsoring our show. Come out and join us with a bunch of racers outside hanging out at Utica Bar. It's going to be a lot of fun next Tuesday. Join the racing crowd. Our schedule page has the address, so if you can join us, we're starting at 6 o'clock sharp on Tuesday night, September 9th for that one. We also want to remind you to see the racers at Schlafer Auto Body and Sales in Leonard. Happy birthday to Debbie. Your next auto body repair is going to be done right because you're going to Schlafer Auto Body with your car, your fleet of work trucks. They can get it right. They work with all insurance companies. Seek out Schlafer Auto Body on Facebook to get in touch with this family of racers or see them at the racetrack. They race a bunch with their sprint cars around the upper Midwest. You can check out their latest award-winning classic car restoration projects as well on their Facebook page, Schlafer Auto Body. We're excited to have a couple racers on the program. They're next generation racers. One is with us. Actually, a couple are with us right now. Let's welcome into the program John DiPiazza and Elena Liss. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Yes, thank you for having us.
We've seen John here with his Vega. We've seen John here with his Corvette. And we've also seen you here with your buddies, Stefan.
Yep.
And Elena now is racing in your class and categories, given the chance. The generations are here, John. No longer running junior dragsters and kids classes. They're racing now for cash against you. How much fun is that?
It's scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's really great. There's a whole group of kids that have grown up. Lena, Brody Degnitz, the Maliks, that we've kind of watched, kind of keep our sport going.
Yeah.
Right? They just keep making me feel old.
but it keeps you on your game.
Yes,
you're
absolutely.
racing for thousandths of a second, racing for thousands of dollars, and you're racing against really good competition. So when Elena gets her chance to be ready, how much were you involved in getting her ready for her first full-size dragster run this past weekend?
You know, I wasn't part of any of it. Her dad was a lot of part of it.
I'm sure he gave you a couple of calls like, hey, what do you think we should do here?
He's kind of like my mechanic guy. Like when I have issues, I talk to him.
Okay, all right,
But
good to know.
that being said, Elena has a hell of a coach. I think, though, her growing up around all of us and seeing how we handle everything is definitely, I'm assuming, helping her. Her dad's pretty cool. He's pretty calm in the car, and I think he's a good teacher. And her brother Cameron is probably next on the list. So he's going to have a whole fleet of cars here soon.
We probably should let Elena say something, shouldn't we? She's sitting here with a headset on.
Yeah.
What's it been like racing now in a adult class, if you will, in a full-size dragster? This past weekend, you got your license and you got racing. Tell us about how this progression was. How long was it in the works? How'd you get your license? Who signed off on it? I need to know everything.
So I was actually racing juniors on the weekend of the 15th, and I got back from doing a time run, and Dad was writing license on the hood scoop, and I was just surprised because I was told I was going to take one pass in his car, and that was it. And then
in his car?
Yeah, so I raced his car this weekend and got my license in his car.
Wow. He didn't tell you, did he?
No, I didn't even know I was racing either until we went to the track on Friday night, and because I thought he was racing the Gamblers race, and he was like, well, get your stuff, you're going to be racing, take a pass. So it's pretty fun.
So when it comes to these events, these are not just small gatherings. These are big money races, whether it be for points and championships or just straight up cash.
Yeah.
You've grown up with this. What was that transition like, the immediate transition of knowing it's Dad's car, I better not screw up, and we're racing for something that could be a good payday?
Yeah. I was definitely nervous that I was going to mess something up, but once I finally got it down, he definitely helped me, but he kind of stepped off to the side and let me do it. It definitely helped. And then going from the junior to knowing all the kids that I raced to going to seeing these big guys come from out of state and racing them was pretty cool. A little scary, but.
What is Dad's now your car? What kind of car is it?
He's a dragster, so.
All right. What kind of speeds are we getting up to here?
I was going, and when I did my license pass, it was 2 half-track passes, and then I did between the mile-an-hour cone and the 8th mile, and then I did 1 full 8th mile, and then I did a 1,000-foot pass, which at the 8th mile was 130, and then the 1,000-foot was probably 150.
Whoa. All right. Almost as fast as you've gone in the street car. I'm kidding. That'd be such a rush.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You already know this answer. Where are you racing next?
So I'm done in the junior this year because I have other plans on the weekend of our junior fest.
Okay.
And I'm not sure, probably Not sure if I'm racing yet.
All right.
Guessing.
That's the wonderful thing about bracket racing. John DiPiazza has taught me a lot about this. There are races that you literally could go to across the country, given the chance, saying, I want to go against some of these guys. And when it comes to bracket racing at this level and the caliber you're racing against, her now coming into this, you sometimes don't know who's going to race and how many guys in your class or what you're racing for, or if the price is going to double or the purse is going to double. I mean, there's some fun experiences as an outlaw, I guess, going into these bracket racing opportunities where it's like one event, get it right, cash.
So Stefan threw her into the fire this weekend. Labor Day ended up being an unbelievable weekend for Byron. They had, I think, some 200 entries in the first round on both Saturday and Sunday. And it felt like Byron of old. Kevin and Veronica and Jake have done a great job down there, and it's like awesome. But she ended up racing probably one of the top 10 racers in the country, right?
Yeah.
Was that first round on?
First round on Saturday, I raced Mikey Bloomfield, and I sadly lost. But
Mikey in one of Byron's biggest races was the Trip 40s.
Three $40,000 win ones. Just so that I'm just giving the longer phrase of what that means.
I don't remember if he won all 3 days or did he win 2, but he won some $90,000 that weekend, and she ended up staging up against him. And these are traveling guys that race for a living.
Yep.
It's but it's neat to learn, and I don't get to race as much as I really want to, and she'll learn continually of like how to see things. And her and I were talking earlier about the difference between what a junior is and a big car, and how you can judge it. And I never was in a junior. I never had that chance, and I think that's a great learning experience for her and for all these kids that are coming up.
I've seen in Kenny Bernstein's career, he would wear tape on the visor, to the point where it's like a horse seeing a blinder. You don't want to see who's next to you. You got to block that stuff out, right? You're trying to get your number, but you also have to see the competition at some points in bracket racing because it's so technical, trying to get down to the line without breaking out.
yeah, so
So what do you do?
Well, in the junior, I have tape across the top to block out the top 2 bulbs, so I can just focus on the
All
bottom
right.
one.
Yep.
But then in the big car, you're leaving off the top bulbs, so I have no tape. And I'm trying to watch them the whole way down because Dad's car is slower, but not as slow as everyone else, so I can try to judge on who's coming. But yeah.
How'd you learn to do all of that with very little notice?
Well, with the junior definitely helps because I'm one of the fastest in the juniors as you can go, and being able to judge on how fast I'm coming up on them around them to hopefully not break out, but I got to get better at the starting line on the junior.
All right. How'd you do this past weekend, John?
It was rough. Actually,
Yeah.
Stefan and I both had about the same record. We were
Okay.
talking about our tabs. You know, it's kind of like going to a bar and having a good time.
Yep.
We drank a lot, but didn't get anything out of the machines, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha. Didn't cash on the big money races.
No.
What's your next race, John?
So this is our kind of, I call it our Illinois swing. We took a little bit of time off. The wife and I got married.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So we were leaving Thursday night. We were going down to Benton, Illinois to run the door car race, which is door cars only. I think it's 312 granders to win. It's one of my favorite races of the year. It's the only time where, like, there's this kind of aura down there. There's all the locals come down and they watch the race. They sit this far away from the wall, and you're going down there and you're driving the finish line. The lights are on, and it's such just this energy that it's just unbelievable. So I'm really excited for that. We have lots of work to do before that. I'm actually leaving here. We're going to go home. I'm going to take the cars out of the trailer because we got home at 10 o'clock last night, put tires on them because, we can't go anywhere without tires.
Yep.
We're going to go down there, and then we have basically 4 or 5 days off, and then we leave for what's called the Million. And the Million is the biggest race, I'm going to say, of our bracket racing.
I think so.
It's as close as a bracket racer can get to pro as you can. And the energy there is next level. There's 700 cars. You race for, I think, the whole week. I think we're leaving Monday night, and we come back on Saturday night or Sunday morning. And if we do really, really well, we come home with some $350,000, $400,000.
Wow.
If we don't do so good, we don't eat for a while.
It takes a lot to get there.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get there, and that's actually one of the neater tracks too. That's at Gateway, so that's obviously with the oval track there. Just a great atmosphere. Then we got a couple races to the end of the year, but that's what we're literally looking forward to. I want to apologize to the wife because she doesn't know this yet. She's going to know now, but that is our honeymoon.
Oh, all right.
So we're going to spend a week at Gateway
in East St. Louis, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Have some fun. See the arch.
Yeah. Maybe.
Hang out.
We can take a picture from it.
Maybe there's a Brewers game to go see them beat the Cardinals or something.
I would hope so.
I know John works in the family business at A&A Tire. Elena, as you're now bursting onto the bracket racing scene, what kind of social following do you have, and where can we find you when you are going to publish where you're racing next?
I'm not really sure when, because the junior, I have one more year in the junior.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Dad says until I buy my own car, so it's a little ways away. But
I think we're going to put her in the Vega. I think we're going to take Stefan's spot in the Vega.
All right, in the Vega. Here we go. How about a big hand for John DiPiazza and Elena List? Thank you guys for celebrating a big weekend, big accomplishment, and looking forward to seeing you guys again on the show.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to our friends at A&A Tire, the family business of DiPiazza's, Highway 100 just north of Belate Road. We now have something special for you called Bill Holland in the Groove at Dell's Raceway Park, brought to you by Johnson & Sons Paving. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the Groove at Dell's Raceway Park. We're here for the annual Jim Sauter Classic. This race is one of the crown jewels on the Midwest Tour. It's also the 200th race in this series history that dates back to 2007. 1 year ago, Caledonia, Illinois' Max Kaler won this race for his first Midwest Tour victory. The former national short track champion looking to go back-to-back in the Jim Sauter Classic.
Yeah, it was a really big win for us, coming at a very opportune time. So looking to pick up another win this year. You know, it's been a difficult season for us somewhat. I feel like we've somewhat figured out the last couple of weeks.
Two-time defending Tour champ Gabe Summers won this race 3 years ago, with Jim Sauter's grandson Travis the crew chief on this car. It's a big night for the Summers team.
Yeah, it's a huge race. One of the biggest, definitely the biggest at the Dells. And a lot of good cars here. So we did it once, and I think the car's pretty good. I think we can do it again.
For 15-year-old Penn Sauter, a Rookie of the Year contender on the Midwest Tour, his late grandfather's race is something special.
Obviously, it'd be pretty cool to win my grandpa's race, but I know my grandpa would say, well, why do you guys have a race for me? But I guess we'll just see how the night plays out, and if we end up in victory lane, it'd be a great night for us.
No driver in this field runs more laps here in recent years than three-time defending Pro Late Model track champion Mike Litchfield. How will he fare against the Midwest Tour's finest?
It's always a cool test. It's a race that I've had circled and highlighted on the calendar for a while, and I'm happy that we're able to be a part of it.
In qualifying, Gabe Summers is fastest out of 25 entries. He's focused on the 200-lap main event.
Weather's pretty cool. It's not real hot, so I don't think it's going to grease up too much. So just got to get up front fast as we can and stay there, and you'll be there at the end.
First super late model race of the day is the qualifying heat. This is for drivers who didn't make the top 16 in time trials. We're racing for starting spots 17th on back, and there are some good cars in this race. Up front, Jeff Storm in the 25 is pulling away. He'll take the checkers.
Okay, so that was cool. That's the first win for a Reed car. I guess it's an LCQ, but whatever. We'll take it.
Our fast qualifiers will run a pair of heats, 8 cars in each. In the first, that's Mike Litchfield out front in the 44. He leads the Pro Late Model weekly points here and leads the field to the checkers.
Got a nice, beautiful day to finally get it out and see what I'll do, and hopefully, get all 200 underneath our belts and see where we're at when the dust settles.
In the second fast qualifier heat, that's Weston Marthaler in the 100, leading Penn Sauter's 5 and Luke Fenhouse in the 4 car. Marthaler races here weekly in the Pro Late Models. He takes the win.
I really look forward to events like these, running with the best of the best in the Midwest, and being able to run right up there with them and right alongside them really says something about our team.
Our first feature of the night is the Midwest Truck Series Sauter Classic 50.
Jordan DeVoy in the 73 and Aaron Moyer in the 140 up front as we go green for the first of 50 laps. DeVoy is new to the Truck Series, wheeling Jerry Wood's truck tonight. Moyer, a former Legends driver, looking to take his first ever Midwest Truck Series feature. And these two are really getting after it. DeVoy's won in super late models here. Moyer has come close. And right there in third, Chester Ace in the 93. He's a past winner here. Behind the leaders, Brandon Reichenberger's 3, Nick Van in the 24, Grant Griesbach 60, and Tristan Swanson in the grass. This will bring out the caution. Later on, more trouble in turn 2. Nick Van and Danielle Bain involved. We restart with DeVoy and Chester Ace on the front row. Ace has been right there all night. Will this move pay off in a feature win? The 93 is high on the racetrack and off the pace. Chester Ace is headed to the pit. And Derek Meyer in the 10 is right behind. And more trouble. Tristan Swanson and Clay Kurtz, 23, involved. Back to green, but not for long. We've got another dust up in turn 4. A number of trucks caught up in this one. It comes down to this. Aaron Moyers made his way to the front. Jordan DeVoy is right there in second. And Moyers' wait is over. He will take the checkers and win his first ever Midwest Truck Series feature.
It's a relief, and it's also, I could go on. It's outstanding. I'm happy to have that weight off my shoulders.
In the 602 Outlaw main event, a big crash in turn 1. Everyone's okay, but the 51 car of Tom Carlson with a lot of damage. Defending track champion Dennis Prunty in the 42 and Charlie Bates' 34 car bring the field to green on the restart. Prunty begins to pull away, and it's a real battle for second on back. Steven Schultz in the 45, Bates' 34 car, Mason Hellenbrand in the 67, and John Lemke's 71. They will fight it out lap after lap. But Dennis Prunty is pulling away. The DRP 602 champ and season point leader taking the checkers for another feature win. Coming to green for the 200-lap Jim Sauter Classic. Cody King on the pole. Penn Sauter alongside as the Midwest Tour stars and cars are underway. And trouble for Ty Fredrickson, the 36 on the grass in turn 2. Caution is out. Ryan Farrell's 80 car with damage. He's in the pits. Back to green flag racing with Luke Fenhouse in the 4 car, leading Levon Vandergeest in the 23, Max Kaler's 17, and Andrew Morrissey in the 39. And we have another caution 20 laps in. Michael Hind and Cody King involved here. Wausau, Wisconsin's Luke Fenhouse continues to set the pace. The 2-time Dells Raceway Park Alive for 5 Series champ out front. He leads to the competition caution 76 laps in. And trouble for 3-time Midwest Tour champ Casey Johnson, the series point leader, out of the race. Back to green. And this is the race behind the leader. Max Kaler, Penn Sauter, Andrew Morrissey. And trouble, Morrissey spins into the infield. Caution, Joe Scholze up against the wall in the 58. Mike Litchfield's 44 car also part of this one. Luke Fenhouse continues to set the pace. The NASCAR Truck Series racer out front in the 4. And big trouble in turn 1. Mike Litchfield, Levon Vandergeest, John DeAngelis Jr. up on the wall. Weston Marthaler and Bryce Miller all involved. This race is stopped. Johnny D getting out of his car. Fortunately, everyone is okay, but big damage to good race cars. Back to green, and Luke Fenhouse continues to lead the way. Another caution for Justin Mondike's 44 car with 40 laps to go. And Penn Sauter's 5 to the pits. His very strong run is over. On the restart, Luke Fenhouse and Gabe Summers side by side. They go into the corner and the 4 spins. Fenhouse will take the blame. He goes to the back. Summers keeps his position. Back to green with Gabe Summers and Paul Schaefer Jr. in the 7, battling it out for the lead. Gabe Summers will make the pass. the two-time defending Midwest Tour champion with the lead. After 200 laps, it's Gabe Summers with Travis Sauter as his crew chief, winning a second Jim Sauter Classic.
Just sucks what happened with the 4. I don't like that at all, that kind of racing. I feel bad, and I don't want to win it that way, but it's just kind of racing deal. So feels good to win one here, though, at the Dells. There's so many good cars here, and to be able to pull off a win again for the second time, the Sauter Classic 200 means a lot, and hopefully we can get another one next year.
Does this night propel Gabe Summers to another Midwest Tour championship? It's too early to say, but there's no question he gained a lot of ground on the competition tonight. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone who makes our program possible, especially our new sponsor, Johnson & Sons Paving. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Applause, applause. Nice job, Bill. That was a bunch of fun watching you work again at Dells Raceway Park.
Yeah, direct supervision, because we weren't that far apart from each other during the course of the night.
Great racing going on.
Wow, what a night.
Yeah, fast racing too. And their championship night is this Saturday. O'Reilly Auto Parts sponsoring the championship night at Dells Raceway Park, their final race night for points. Check it out. Go to DellsRacewayPark.com for information. It's really a neat little racing track. You just saw a whole lot of coverage of their big race, and they've got more racing to come, including Halloween, which is, I think, October 18, 19, something like that, where they're going to race for the Alive for 5 championship. And, of course, they got the National Short Track Championship coming up there. That was the old Rockford standard. That's coming up September 13, 14. So that's another thing to check off your list. Make sure you look at Dells Raceway Park. They have camping available this weekend and next weekend for the big National Short Track Championship. Lots of racing yet to come, Bill.
That's right, and that's a big deal.
Yep, and I know that you got some time to spend at Golden Sands Speedway. There's a lot of racing yet to come. A lot of things you'd like to get your nose involved in, don't you?
September is a very busy month, and for me, it's a lot of fun. There aren't as many race nights, but there's a lot of big shows.
Big shows indeed. Bill, thanks again for all you do with our show.
As always, thanks for the opportunity.
Bill Holland joining us again next Tuesday when we're at Utica Bar in Utica, Wisconsin. The address and information is at our website, racingroundupshow.com. I want to thank all of our guests for coming tonight on the program. Joe Louis Palmazzano, Bobby Krug, thank you for joining us from Badger Kart Club. They've got a big Thor's Throwdown September 13-14 at Millwright Raceway in Dousman. Thanks to Corey Carlson. Brick and Fast, these are awesome cars. You can get your own, brickinfast.com. I want to thank Quinn McKay for spending some time with us, recapping and still previewing what's to come for the Badger Midgets Auto Racing Association. And Nick Mechanic, thanks for bringing your car down. Appreciate you bringing the car and the crew. He's racing at Wilmot Raceway this coming Saturday night. That's their championship night at Wilmot Raceway before their big fall classic Friday and Saturday, September 12 and 13. Also want to thank John D. Piazza and Elena List for joining us. And thanks, Bill, for making this possible. Great crew, great fun. We have fun every Tuesday. We'll see you next Tuesday at the Utica Bar. Thanks to Utica Seed and Hogan Farms. A bunch of racers there. Come on out and join us. And then 2 weeks, we're back here at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. It's been a lot of fun. I'm Jim Trado. Till next Tuesday, set your DVRs, support your local racing, and have at it, racers.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Remember to tell your friends and watch our 30-minute TV show on Milwaukee's CW18 this Saturday morning at 11:30. Like our show on Facebook, follow and interact with us on X and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Join the racing crowd at our live show and win prizes. For our latest show schedule and to watch all of our shows on demand, visit our website, racingroundupshow.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, on behalf of our entire crew, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetracks, set your DVRs, have at it, racers.